Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast. Welcome to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, Jeff has his Motor Minute. I'll review the new 2026 Toyota Corolla Cross, and we hope to have a mystery guest joining us.
All right.
A pleasant rodeo good morning to you.
Yeehaw.
Along with Mike out of this world, Mars.
And yippee-i-o Don.
And Mr. Jeffrey, we always need more, Jeff Zekin. And David Ainsley, our chief engineer and bottle washer. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. It's a beautiful day here in Houston, Texas. Not so much in Tehran.
Yeah.
Because apparently we're bombing Tehran at the moment. Yeah. And now you've had the latest news.
That's it.
As if you didn't know, and you may be living under a rock somewhere, but that seems to be the big news of the day, along with the fact that the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Parade is just now kicking off.
Yep, it kicked off behind us, right here.
Yeah.
Behind Mike, too.
Well,
we're racing.
We took a still photograph earlier yesterday when we were down at Memorial Park for the gathering before the parade today. And so that's what you're seeing behind. That's what you're seeing behind us.
Yeah. We got a
muscled up stallions.
Yeah, Mike's
just
got one.
like me and Jeff.
And I might throw somebody in the hoosgowl.
What, Sheriff Jeff?
There you go.
By golly, you got your bullet in your pocket, sir?
In your pocket?
I went to school with Barney.
Barney. Learned all the ropes, so to speak.
Oh, ropes.
And
it's good for tying.
If you're just listening and not watching, I pulled out my rodeo hat that I bought, 50 years ago at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
But that's not where it started.
From Bailey's of Fort Worth. And I bought it at the rodeo.
I got mine from my dad, but this all started over 2 margaritas last night at dinner.
Yeah,
we decided
to break
to
out
do
our
this.
rodeo hats.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that.
So I'm texting Mike at like 9 o'clock at night.
I wonder if they have a little car display as rolling down the rodeo parade today.
Yeah,
probably not.
Well, you don't think so? No. Queens. No, those are in the back of the wagons. Yeah, that's it.
The celebrities sitting on the T-tops of the 1977 Corvette that's got, fenders hanging off.
Trans Am or something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Old 427 Chevy Impala.
Anyway, there's the setup for today's show. It's a 2-hour show. We're both in the remote studios here in the Houston, Texas area, and then we go far east.
We're going to tip our hats.
Not quite that far east, but far, far east. And what was I Dream of Jeannie's master? Not Tony Nelson, but the guy that was in Saudi Arabia or wherever he was.
I have no idea. I don't know.
Something Habib or whatever.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I never got into it quite that far.
Yeah. Well, I am. I got into it.
Obviously.
I think his chaps are too tight.
I'm not wearing anything.
Boy.
They're cut out in the back.
Sure they are.
Yeah, no doubt. Anyway, so we're waiting for our first guest. And Mr. Mars, I guess that you will be the first one to tell us that our first guest has arrived.
Yeah, I got to do a little hunting, so I'm going to step offside here for a second.
All right. Yeah, give him a call and give us some butt chewing.
There you go.
There you go. Well, that's you. Why are we looking at you?
Well, I guess we'll do it.
We don't want to look at you.
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you very much. Okay. So I have some standby stuff here that I wanted to tell you about.
All righty.
2 weeks. It is 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
14th. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 14th. We're going to go to the Mega Meet 2K26. Okay, too long. But 2K26, the Mega Meet at Team Gillman.
Yep.
And that's going to be one of the Gillman dealerships. I believe it's the Subaru dealership that's up on up in the Spring area on 45, the North Freeway, as you're headed to Dallas. 18202 is going to be the address. And we're going to do a live or remote broadcast from there from 10 to 1? I think it's 10 to 1.
Yep.
And so a 3-hour bonus hour next in the next 2 weeks.
Yippee-i-o.
So one more week in the studio. Then we have another event right after that.
Back to back.
Yeah. And I think that's going to be the Tailpipes and Tacos.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, and you'll hear them in the promos that you'll be hearing on the show today. And so be sure and write that down. Come along with us.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun trip.
We'll put you in our posse. Head on out.
We'll put you in our posse. That teeters on the edge for me, and I'm not even going to go there.
Okay.
So that's not going to work. I did bring along some interesting stuff this week, and I really don't want to do it just quite yet because I've got it scheduled for later in the hour.
I've got something real quick for you.
Yes, please do.
Going through that,
Yeah.
we got Formula One starting in a couple of weeks, and we're going to talk about that in the racing calendar. But the Cadillac and Mario Andretti and all that team going for Formula One, they've actually named the first chassis after Mario Andretti. It's a Mac 26, it's MAC-26 chassis. It's the first one off the line. They're going to use.
Well, wouldn't that be Ma?
No, it's MAC. Well,
What's
I know.
the
I
C
thought about
for?
that too. Well, I guess it's whatever he goes by. He's
Mario
called Mac.
Andretti
Something Mac that he's been going by for all his life. So
Mattress Mac,
okay,
sponsored by Mattress Mac.
the Cadillac chassis. No, but he's very honored for that. So you got the Ferrari engine, you got a Cadillac chassis, or chassis. Put the livery together, and they named it after Mario.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, well, that's pretty cool.
I think he bought his way into the.
Well,
Formula One,
he's
didn't
been around since the '60s, winning.
Yeah.
Open wheel. In fact, open wheel. We'll talk about all that during racing, but it's all firing up. It's all getting stirred into the pot.
Well, you know what else is firing up,
What?
and that is cruise in and car show season.
Yes.
And one of the things that I pride myself in is the fact that all winter long, so to speak, in Houston, if whatever that is, you get your car ready for the car show, the spring car show. Now, for me, the spring car show has traditionally been, in the past 5 years, the Hot Rod Tour of Texas,
Right.
which happens in April.
Right.
But it's a little bit later than most of the other shows, cruise-ins in particular.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the car show season is going to be well underway by the time the Hot Rod Tour starts.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that we all try to do is get our car ready for whatever, whether they're going to show it in a parking lot or we're going to take it on the Hot Rod Tour of Texas.
Yeah.
And the very first thing you always look at is the finish on the car. And you go, yeah, first of all, we need to wash it.
Right.
Mine has not been washed since last August. I've got a garage for it now.
Yeah.
I don't have to, get out there
I
and scrub it
understand.
up
Yeah.
all the time. So,
And it's not a daily driver, so you really put that in the back of your mind.
yeah,
You only
but
gonna
it's
wash it
time. It's time for a wash job.
and break it out.
Yeah. And the other thing is that I need to do is I need to clean the K&N air filter, which has been a couple of years. But you have to understand, I don't even drive 2,000 miles a year in that car. So it isn't as red as it normally would be with a freshly rejuvenated K&N filter. But I need to do that. And, some detailing, really need to get inside.
There's a process to that, don't you? Have to oil it or wash it, or
You have to
there's
wash
some
it.
process
You've
to
got,
it.
yeah, you've got some cleaning stuff that you put in there.
Solution.
And then some solution. And then you get out there with the hose and you wash it out from the inside out.
Oh.
So you squirt it from the inside of the filter out. And then you got to let it dry. Takes a couple of days for that to happen.
Wow. Well, in your case, it's okay. You could a week for you.
Correct. And then you juice it up with the red K&N filter juice, which is oil, is basically what it is.
Like a petroleum jelly type?
I think
or
so. I
kind of
don't
thick?
know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the actual contents of it, but that's what you put in there. And of course, I always put too much, and then it winds up dripping all over the place. So hang it out underneath the tree and let it drip away until it's done dripping, and then you stick it back in the car. And for me, it has the K&N filter box, if you want to call it that, hookup connection, which is
It's air intake.
married to the original metered intake on the manifold. And you
got a
stuff,
map sensing unit on that.
yeah, and none of that stuff really ever matches up exactly. So you got to fiddle with it. It's kind of frustrating, but I'll eventually get it back in there.
I'm
But
busy that day.
It's one of those things. It's one of those things that it's on the list to do, along with lots of other things that are on the list.
Yeah.
Gardening, etc.
Oh, yeah.
So those are the things that I have to do to the Corvette to get it ready. And I'm wondering, Team Gillman, should I take the Corvette up there? I don't know. Because if I do, will I have enough room? Because I don't need to take any chairs, but I think I need to take some stuff.
We'll figure something out when
We'll
the time
figure it
comes.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause need be, we'll hop in the hot rod Buick.
Well, we've got back-to-back remotes, so even if Mars has to throw it in the back of the in-wheel time truck, the mighty machine that it is, then he may have to bring it to the next remote. Well, but whatever the case, so there are things to do. Times are whittling down to get it ready.
And you're right. There's going to be a lot of. They're not going to be. There are a lot of the cruise-ins and car shows. We'll talk about that as well. But they are getting started. At any given time, there's one popping up. You can get on several of the sites. Carcruisers.com is the one I kind of favor because they're more local for us. And the way we do this is we find local things because we're kind of a local show for everyone there. But then we go across country and around the world. Other people in other parts of the states have their own little gigs going on. So we try to include everybody, but they're out there in your area. Go check them out, and you'll enjoy it.
So March the 14th, Team Gillman Mega Meet.
Yep.
And Mars has Acura dealer, North 45. Maybe that's what it is.
Well, to interrupt you, that area, that's dealership row.
Yeah.
So you're going to find all makes and
it's up there in
models.
spring.
Yeah.
Then the following weekend on March the 21st is Tailpipes and Tacos in Beaumont. We're going to Beaumont. Coming over there to Mars.
Do I need a passport? I think I better bring
it. Well, you need to get your shots, that's for sure.
Okay, when I was just at the doctor, they asked me if I had my shots. Are you going to Beaumont? No. I forgot.
Okay, well, you need to come back then and get shots for Beaumont. And that's going to be an 8 to 11 broadcast, followed by, on April the 4th, that would be Easter weekend.
Easter Saturday,
Tailpipes and Tacos, Lupi Tortilla.
Yeehaw!
8 to 11. It's the Easter show. The Easter Bunny's going to be there. Yep. And also all the kids are invited. They're going to have kid cars and all that.
Kid cars. Those are fun to watch. Yeah. All the excitement.
And then on June the 13th, I think we're scheduled to go to the Lone Star Street Rod Association again up in Granbury, Texas.
Yeah.
If you don't know where that is, it's about 45 minutes to an hour south of Fort Worth. So it's a little bit of a haul. And that's going to be on June the 13th.
Right.
Followed by, in October, we've already got this booked out, the Spring Branch Show. We think that we're going to go to that. That's on October the 11th.
That's always fun to do. This will be our third one, won't it?
Yes.
It'll be our third one.
It'll be our third one. Yep.
Yeah, and I think that she's already told us that she wants us to come back. So we just got to get it nailed down.
Well, I'm just going by your notes here that you passed along to me. And it says October 11th with a question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't sure about 11th or the 18th.
Now, the Team Gillman thing, you've got here Acura. The Acura dealership at Team Gillman. Is that where we're going to go?
Yes, it's actually at the Acura dealership, but the Subaru and the Mazda dealer that are apparently adjacent,
connected.
They're all going to bring it all together at the one dealer.
I got you. All right. Oh, very good. So have you had any luck with our guest?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, we've got a little bit of time here, and I could do our story of the week. I have other things I can do for us while we wait to see if this person is going to call.
Did you see my note about the car review?
What about it?
He's got another car review to do.
I got an extra car review this week.
Yes, you do. It's scheduled.
Okay.
Yes. So Mr. Mars is going to have 2 car reviews this week.
No, I'm only going to have 1.
Oh, but there's 2 scheduled.
You're only going to have 1, but I've got 1, so there's 2.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I thought you had 2, Mike, and Don's got 1.
That's kind of what I thought. But
who's on first?
Yeah, nobody. They're all on second. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see here. What I wanted to do is I wanted to do our story of the week, and I have it, but it's down in the stack of papers that I have here. God, this sounds like we don't have any clue what we're doing. Well, we really don't. We actually don't have any clue what we're doing. Do we, Mars?
If we had a clue, we might know what we were doing.
Yeah, well, we don't. Okay, so here's the story of the week. And this will be open discussion throughout the show. And it's about electrics. And, it's all the talk because the automobile industry is losing its tail on what they have spent on vehicles that aren't selling.
Yes, sir.
Automakers are unwinding their electric vehicle bets. This is a story from Automotive News. At a cost approaching $50 billion, a stark measure of how much the industry misjudged what buyers would embrace and how fast. Write-downs of investments in EV factory capacity, vehicle programs, and battery manufacturing have stained the balance sheets of General Motors, Ford Motor Company, Stellantis, and Honda Motor Company in recent months. The charges range from an expected $1.9 billion by the end of March for Honda to roughly, I hope you're sitting down, $26 billion for Stellantis, which didn't specify how much of what it called a reset of its business was EV related. You know, they canceled the two most popular selling vehicles, the Challenger and the Charger.
27 billion, you said.
27 billion.
What is the company worth?
Well, I don't know, but I've got continuing information.
At this point?
The massive price tag is a product of how aggressively automakers focus their capital investments on EVs, according to Itay Michaeli, an equity auto analyst at TD Cowen. Yet the charges don't necessarily reflect a complete about-face on EVs, he said, because regulations could change again under future presidential administrations, and EV sales are expected to become a larger portion of the market long-term. We just don't see it. Automakers still plan to channel some profits from their gasoline vehicles into EV and battery development and continue pushing for lower costs. The charges follow years of dialing up EV development to keep up with increasingly stringent zero-emission regulations in the U.S. and Europe. Automakers also had to respond to competitive pressures from Tesla and startup EV manufacturers, Rivian and Lucid Motors, as well as the potential threat posed by up-and-coming Chinese automakers. Mainstream U.S. buyers have proved reluctant to switch from combustion vehicles, citing higher purchase prices and concerns about battery range and charging speeds. President Trump also moved quickly in his second term to relax federal regulations, ending penalties for non-compliance with fuel economy standards and scuttling that $7,500 federal tax credit that helped offset high EV sticker prices that you and I ultimately paid for through our income tax. The result, EV sales are slowing and automakers are reassessing how much production capacity they need, converting some factory space back to combustion vehicles and canceling entire programs. U.S. buyers registered 1.3 million EVs in 25 for a 7.8% share of the new light vehicle market, down slightly from 8% in 24, according to S&P Global Mobility data. GM disclosed more than $7 billion in EV-related charges for 2025. Ford's EV pivot will cost them about $20.9 billion, slightly higher than it originally projected, though it took the bulk of the charges in late 2025. Stellantis previewed $26 billion in charges February 6th, ahead of releasing its full 2025 financial results later this month. The charges include $17.5 billion for canceled vehicle programs and platform impairments, and $2.5 billion for reworking its EV supply chain. The company also said it will end a battery joint venture in Canada with South Korean partner LG Energy Solution. Legacy automakers found Tesla's transaction prices and margins to be enviably, but to be adequate. Let me put it that way. Yeah, but ultimately unrealistic for themselves. Honda also realized its EV strategy didn't match consumer demand. Japanese automaker on February 10th said its EV write-offs tallied $1.7 billion. That's write-offs.
Yep.
In the 9 months ended December 31st, and likely will grow by the end of its fiscal year in March. Honda said it's negotiating compensation for GM as it winds down the Honda Prologue and Acura's ZDX EV programs they co-developed. It is a big, gigantic mess, and it's going to get worse as the time goes by because not all of them have reported everything because they don't have to do that anymore. A lot of them have chosen not to issue quarterly profit pictures.
Where is the bottom? Where is the bottom?
I don't know. We don't know. Of course,
well, the problem is that the OEMs have gotten so burnt because of the green wave and the federal regulations that forced them into this mess. So now they're trying to figure out how to bail out of it, but they don't want to bail out too far in case the next administration shoves them right back into it.
Well, as I've said all along, I think that it ultimately is going to be a mix of EVs and ICE engines and hybrids and all of that. It's just another layer for automakers and dealers ultimately to have a wide range of vehicles for the public to buy. Mm-hmm. I don't think EVs will go away. I think that they will continually improve and the prices will come down. As a matter of fact, I do know for a fact that car manufacturers are working diligently to get the prices of EVs around 30 grand. Well, that's a far cry from the $60,000-$70,000 EVs that we're all used to.
What's the average price of a car?
$50,000 for the average price of a car. So,
well, it is a segment of the market. I mean, there are sales there to be made, so that's their business. That's what they're in for. But you can't force the market. But I mean, this just reinforces the whole idea that you can't come in and regulate what people are going to buy.
Amen.
Yep.
Yeah. Ask Edsel. He'll tell you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Just ahead, we got Jeff's Motor Minute and a review of the new Toyota Corolla Cross when In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break. Stay with us.
The Tailpipes and Tacos renowned cruise-in expands to Beaumont. Golden Triangle cruisers will want to experience Tailpipes and Tacos at the Loopy Tortilla, I-10 South in Beaumont near Washington Boulevard. Grab free Loopy breakfast tacos with any donation to Shirley's Kids. Enjoy a coffee or an adult beverage. Every cruise-in vehicle is automatically entered to win one of the beautiful Chili Pepper trophies for Best Hot Rod, Classic, and Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos Beaumont happens Saturday morning, March 21st, 8 to 11 a.m. If you're a car geek like we are, this is the event you'll want to attend. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be online live, and you may be interviewed about your ride. Tailpipes and Tacos Beaumont edition, Saturday, March 21st, 8 to 11 a.m. at the Loopy Tortilla, 2050 I-10 South in Beaumont. The Katy Tailpipes and Tacos happens Easter Saturday, April 4th, 8 to 11. The free Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In is a production of Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex, Beaumont, and Katy. Tastes pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists. Live In Wheel Time Car Talk Show every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time on InWheelTime.com, YouTube, and Facebook. Check us out. It's free. And don't forget, 30-minute podcasts of our shows can be had from your favorite podcast store. Okay, time now for Jeff's Motor Minute.
Yes, sir. This is a 648-mile route. Is the longest road trip in the U.S. with no restrooms, and it takes over 10 hours to get down.
Oh, my God.
So if you're we were about to tell you. If you're a road trip junkie.
If your eyes turn yellow.
In all kinds of colors, if they're not that already. It might be brown. You probably understand the significance of the all-important rest stop that it feels like you're driving a stretch of road without a single one in sight. They examined the geographic or the geospace data and unearthed the absolute worst trek for bathroom breaks. Now, this is, there's several around the country and there's several around the world, but an example of a public restroom would be a fuel stop, service area, rest station, fast food restaurant, or an attraction. After combing through all the data, it found that there's a 648-mile stretch between Belfield, North Dakota, and Mitchell, South Dakota. It's the longest route in the U.S. without a potty break. Traveling on this route, which runs along the Theodore Roosevelt Expressway with an average speed of 62 miles per hour, takes you 10.7 hours to get around it.
Hey, what do people just pull off the side of the road?
We're about to
and
get
the porta potty
We're
out?
going to get there. I'll take one with you. The study also touched on conditions that many drivers suffer from, toilet anxiety. It is actually a medical condition that makes the long road trips unbearable. It affects about 1 in 3, which is 31%. Symptoms include not just worrying about whether the next restroom is, but also extreme concern about cleanliness of the toilets. For example, restroom anxiety is a very real barrier going on a long journey, especially in a car. Urinating along the roadside is illegal in all 50 states and often threatened to disorderly conduct.
Who hasn't done
public
that?
Nuisance, which carries a fine from anywhere between $50 and $500. Some states might even classify it as an act of indecent exposure. And then you got to register as some kind of an offender, toilet offender or something. Coming in second place is this survey was a 513-mile journey between Fall River, South Dakota, and Cairo, Nebraska. A road trip in Kansas between Scott City and Belleville nabbed the third place spot of 324 miles. It should come as no surprise that all of these, there's about 10 of them without rest stops. So it's through the entire U.S., mainly in the West. So be careful out there. Make sure you got.
Well, people are doing something.
They're doing something. They're probably stopping the car. You see, little kid on the side of the road
pooping.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, if you were in an EV and you had range anxiety on top of bathroom anxiety, you'd just be in big trouble.
That would be the pucker factor.
Yeah, that's exactly right. All right, time now for this hour's car review. Had a chance to drive the 2026 Toyota Corolla Cross, built in Huntsville, Alabama. Comes in 3 trim levels, the S, the SE, and the XSE. The reviewed trim level is the HV, which is a hybrid, XSE, top of the line. Small or subcompact SUV is what it categorizes as. Seats, 5 of them, including the driver. Exterior changes from last model year. It was all new in 2022. Exterior, new body-colored grille is unique to this brand. Reminds of some of the Lexus products. Side body sculpting is subtle, but adds some differentiation there. Makes it unique. Hatch and taillights look like all the rest. Two-tone paint, black roof panel, looks great. What I liked about it, the overall look, gets high marks. And I'm not sure about roof rails these days. Does anybody use those things anymore? No. It's not really
a looks.
Huh?
They're just for looks.
I guess. Well, just leave the rails up there, but forget the cross hatches. What could use improvement? Not sure on the outside. Inside, the dash is simple and mostly easy to use. The trip display has to drill down into several menus to find that. A changeable instrument cluster is nice. Radio has push-button volume controls, which I had a hard time trying to find. Okay, where do you turn the radio up? Well, it's at the bottom of the screen. It says increase or decrease the volume. Seating is comfortable with unique louvering. That's not right. With unique coverings.
Or leveling.
Well, I like louvering.
Louvering is good.
It's kind of like what you buy at Walmart. You know, those web chairs, and they've got them all stocked up, ready for summer.
Yep. Louvering.
Cargo room, small, especially with the rear seat up. What I liked about it, the size, shape, and comfort. What could use improvement? I don't know. 2-liter engine, 196 horsepower. Doesn't sound like a lot. 151 pound-feet of torque, but it does have a CVT transmission in it, and it is all-wheel drive, so that there's that. So the CVT is going to make up for under-horsepowered car. City, 46 miles per gallon in the city, 39 for the highway is what it's rated for, a combined of 42. I got 39.1 miles per gallon over 430 miles. What I liked about it, mileage, hello. What could use improvement? You got the mileage. What more do you want? Not a lot of grunt, but that's what this is all about. What I liked about it, nice, comfortable car. What could use improvement? I say here, don't touch it. Base trim price, $33,030.
Wow.
That's base trim.
Yeah.
Prices tested $37,449, and it was top of the line all the way. Base model price, $29,395. So they managed to squeeze it in under the $30,000 mark. Competitors, the Kia Niro, the Subaru Crosstrek Hybrid, and the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, which is the most expensive in the comparisons. Next week, I'll review the Mazda 3 sedan. Yes, they still do. All right. Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, send us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. We're back after this quick break.
The Easter Bunny's coming to the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, April 4th, 8 to 11 a.m., and you're invited too. Bring the kids and grandkids. It's a cruise-in like you've never attended before. With a donation to Shirley's Kids, you'll get a free Lupi Tortilla breakfast taco. There'll be coffee and adult beverages, plus chili pepper trophies for the best hot rod, best modern, classic, and...
Whoops.
The Easter Bunny's coming to the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, April 4th, 8 to 11 a.m., and you're invited too. Bring the kids and grandkids. It's a cruise-in like you've never attended before. With a donation to Shirley's Kids, you'll get a free Lupi Tortilla breakfast taco. There'll be coffee and adult beverages, plus chili pepper trophies for the best hot rod, best modern, classic, and best classic. There's no entry fee and no registration. Just bring your ride and the kids. Bad bunnies aren't allowed, but the Easter Bunny will be there, and he'll be full of joy to help make this Tailpipes and Tacos a very special one. Photo opportunities abound. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be streaming around the globe, and you could be selected to tell your car story to a global audience. It's the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In Easter Edition, Saturday, April 4th, 8 to 11 a.m. at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, located on 99 the Grand Parkway, just south of I-10, the Katy Freeway in Katy. Make plans now. Lupi Tortilla, eats pretty good.
Houston, get ready. Team Gillman is hosting a mega car meet at the North Complex. Acura, Mazda, Subaru. We're collaborating with the Car Meet Network, so you know it's going to be crazy.
And that's not all. We're going to be raffling off 6 cars to be sold at $1,000 each. See below for more details.
You're not going to want to miss this, Houston. March 14th. We can't wait to see you here.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In-Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.